What you are about to watch is the story of 3 college students
and their struggle to make a documentary on endangered animals.
We thought about many different places before we finally settled on Hawk Creek.
Hawk Creek is a wildlife center that takes care of animals that have been injured. It has over 25 years of experience and has been featured on shows like Rachel Ray, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, and National Geographic. They also have over 2,500 educational programs a year. We were fortunate enough to talk to Hawk Creek's director, Tanya Lowe, who gave us a tour of the facility as well as some insight on what Hawk Creek is all about.
My name is Tanya Lowe, and I'm the Director of Wildlife Education here at Hawk Creek Wildlife Center. I take care of all of our educational programs and making sure that everything's scheduled and things like that, and there's a few educators that do those programs. And then we wear a lot of hats. Being a small not-for-profit center, we do a lot of different things. So between the website, animal care, training of the animals for education programs and things like that. So we all do a little bit of everything here. Hawk Creek originally started in 1987 when our founder and executive director, Loretta Jones, wanted to teach her children respect and responsibility for nature. What she started doing in kind of her backyard was taking in animals. She got her rehab license. And as she took in animals, more people started to bring her wildlife that was injured and orphaned, and people started to want to help her. People found animals that were injured. They really didn't have a place to take them to do this, to get involved. And so that's really what birthed Hawk Creek. This was not really a plan. This was just something that Loretta Jones saw a need for, and the community had a desperate need for. And so it grew from a small endeavor to being one of the largest raptor education facilities in the Northeast.
After meeting at Hawk Creek and getting animal footage and Tanya's interview, it became very hard to get back in contact to meet up. When we talked with Tanya, she told us that they were in the process of moving to a larger location because they needed more sufficient area to house the animals. We knew that Hawk Creek wasn't going to work out, and we needed a new idea. We then met again to brainstorm. We wanted to stick with the animal idea, so we decided to contact the Buffalo Zoo. They were excited about the idea, so we headed to the zoo to get interviews and more footage.
Hello? What else am I supposed to... Hi, I'm Aaron Miller from Hill College. We're here to do some filming. Allison is supposed to know we're here.
Push on the small gate to your left and come straight ahead to shipping and receiving.
Thank you.
Yep, well, the animal behind me is Sarapa. She's one of our 2 female Asian elephants we have here at the zoo. Sarapa is going to be 30 years old in January. Elephants typically live between 45 and 60 years, so she's about middle-aged. She and Jody, our other female Asian elephant here, they both came from a logging camp in India in 1987. So they've been here for the majority of their lives. They were about 4 years old when they got here. Well, Asian elephants in particular are becoming endangered because a lot of people are, killing the elephants because they're ruining their crops, they're ruining their livelihood. As the population of humans grows, the problem is going to get worse. So it just keeps on getting worse each year.
Well, over here we've got 2 big cat species. We've got Amur tigers, which used to be called Siberian tigers. And we have 3 females right now, and they vary in age. One's 4, one's 5, and one is 10. So the Amur tigers are considered to be an endangered species, and there's probably only 300 to 400 left in the wild. The other big cat that we have is the African lion, and again, we have 4 of those. They vary in age. We've got a group of siblings, 3 siblings that are all 10 years old, and then we have a youngster who's about 4 years old. And the lions, their numbers have declined over the years, but they're not considered to be endangered yet. Their status is what they call vulnerable, which is like a step below endangered.
People should care about endangered animals because pretty soon they're not going to be around. I know for me, I want my son to be able to come to the zoo and see these elephants in person. And if the animals in the wild become extinct, then how are we going to keep them in the zoos? I want our kids and our grandchildren to be able to come to the zoo or go to Africa, go to Asia and see these animals in the wild. So it's extremely important.
It is important to care about endangered animals because if we do not protect them, these animals will become extinct. If they become extinct, future generations will not know what they are. Zoos and wildlife centers keep these animals alive and educate the people on what they can do to help. That's it. Boom.